Welcome, wrestling fans, to another WrestleMap exclusive. I'm Brian Anderson, the founder and chief editor of WrestleMap.com. Thanks for joining us here today. Today we will be visiting Brazzaville in the Republic of the Congo for an event that centers around a story that dates all the way back to 2006. For the last 15 years, the top talent of Brazzaville have been wrapped up in faction warfare. It all started in Dragon Rouge, meaning Red Dragon, under the watchful eye of former champion of Brazzaville, Robo Vipere. Robo Vipere was responsible for training several of the wrestlers that will be in action today, including the reigning champion of Brazzaville, RTGA, Cap 150, and Lord Biancuaquila. The first seeds of discontent were sown when Cap 150 left Dragon Rouge to form Les Mains Noires, meaning the Black Hand. Things further escalated in 2018 when RTGA challenged and defeated his trainer Robo Vipere for the Brazzaville Championship, forcing the leader of Dragon Rouge to leave the club and go into exile. Further discontent came about when Ozana, the founder of Dragon Rouge, who is currently living and wrestling in Paris, gave an interview in which he insulted RTGA, saying that the champion didn't deserve his title belt, wasn't worthy, and many more disparaging things. When word of the interview got back to RTGA, he instantly left Dragon Rouge to form TEMPÉTE du DÉSERT, or Desert Storm. The bad blood between these three groups is what has led us to tonight's big event. All of tonight's matches will feature grudge bouts between the members of the three clubs. Join us while Desert Storm, Red Dragon, and the Black Hand try to settle all of their scores tonight. We have 4 great matches for you, including the first ever catch fetiche or voodoo wrestling match featuring English commentary. So let's take you down to the Nicole Oba Gymnasium in Brazzaville to get started with the action. Welcome to the Nicole Oba Gymnasium in Brazzaville. Things are loud here. We are ready for a great night of pro wrestling. We've got 4 matches lined up, including a triple threat match between Gigi, Lord Biancuaquila, and Ours Noir. Batista and Nina Shalour will be going one-on-one. Cap 150 and Bedezo will square off in a no disqualification match, and in our main event, Catch Fetiche versus Traditional Style, Lucifer versus RTGA, the champion of Brazzaville. This is the Brawl in Brazzaville.
Cher public, s'il vous plaît, à votre attention, s'il vous plaît. Ce qu'il est là, d'aller dans le stade Nicole Oba, parce que il y a un club, il y a Sika, il y a Botami, il y a champion de Brazzaville, RTGA, comme il y a club en TEMPêTE du désert. Il y a organisé combat dans le stade Nicole Oba. Très bien. Donc, il a invité la main noire, il y a Poto Poto, plus Dragon Rouge. Donc, Massano Nabiso vraiment très cher public, Massano Elingi et Banda. Spectacle Nabiso, Oyobino Boyeli Awa, Elingi et Banda. Et na vestiaire, tout mon appel, ma catcheur il y a besoin de s'apprêter. La table officielle, le président Nabisonoso, Sibayi comme Kitantou Blanchard et Tchamfoumou Nador Aïko Talapé Awa, Yessika Massanongo et Zoleka. Merci, donc c'est le départ.
And here comes Lord Biancuaquila of Les Mains Noires, the Black Hand, coming out ready to lead his club. His catch club in action tonight. The Masked Man, who's also known as Heavy. Always a lot of fun to watch in the ring. And you also see there Bedezo, who's part of the Desert Storm Catch Club. He's out here kind of just stalking, protecting the area for his club, kind of claiming his turf. And then you see Gigi in the red and black stripes there, and then on the left in the white, that's Cap 150. He's the founder of the club. They're originally leaving Dragon Rouge, who we will see here shortly as well. And there we see Bedezzo stalking, waiting for his mates in Desert Storm. And here they come. There's the champion on the right, RTGA. Lion Power himself, the champion of Brazzaville on the left. Ours Noir, and on the right, Batista. Desert Storm there, they join up with Bedezzo. Still looking on here. Facing off with the Black Hands. Desert Storm put this together, but there are a lot of hard feelings involved between these three groups. And here we see now Dragon Rouge. There's Lucifer, the catch fetiche specialist, who will be in action in tonight's main event, and the crowd absolutely loves him. And we'll tell you a little bit more about Catch Fetiche as the night goes on. And there we see Nina Shalour, the other member of Dragon Rouge that will be in action tonight. Nina Shalour recently finished as the runner-up in the Brazzaville Departmental Championships, losing to RTGA in the final. And Dragon Rouge has now claimed the ring. And we see Nina showing off for the crowd, and they love him. The big man, absolutely adored by the fans here in the Nicole Oba Gymnasium. And we're going to see... Oh my, what is happening now? And Lucifer, you see that smoke? He's using some of his catch fetiche here. He's throwing that water that he must use. He gains his magical powers from that. You see Bedezzo still trying to fight it off, but he goes down. RTGA still fighting against Lucifer's power here, down to one knee. But the champion rises. The champion able to hold off Lucifer's mystical practice. Patting that belt, saying, hey, I'm the man, I see you. I know what you're made of now, and I'm coming for you in tonight's main event. And that's going to be amazing. We'll see a lot more of that Catch Fetiche versus RTGA's just ring general style. But now we see Ours Noir and Batista still out, and Lucifer coming over, performing some type of ceremony, trying to, and it looks like it's succeeding. He's brought the two back to consciousness, back to their feet, out of that spell that he had put on them, that put them to sleep. Wow, what a start we have had here. The crowd absolutely loves it. You hear the band in the back. That fanfare is very common at most Congolese wrestling shows. Personally, I absolutely love it. I think it adds to the drama of the event. And you see Ours Noir is kind of surprised what happened. And now we see Desert Storm making their way to the ring as the hosts stand tall, and they're expecting now to get an official introduction here from our ring announcer on hand. And they'll get their chance to shine in front of the crowd here. There's Bedezzo. There's Batista next up. Ours Noir. Bear, they call him. There's the bear. and RTGA, the champion of Brazzaville. Since 2018, he's been reigning as the champion. He was the leader of Desert Storm. And the champion looks great. He looks fired up, absolutely ready to take on Lucifer later in tonight's main event. And you see the crowd on hand, a great crowd gathered at the Nicole Oba Gymnasium today. And we're going to take a second here to get things more under control before we bring you our first match of the night. And before that, let's take a look at some of the amateur wrestling competitions that took place earlier today at the Nicole Oba. Some of Brazzaville's youngest and brightest up-and-comers. You never know, maybe we'll see one of them in this ring someday here on WrestleMap. It's a possibility, you never know. And we are just moments away from getting our first match of the night started. You see there Urs Noir getting checked out by the referee, and he is ready to go. We're gonna see his first opponent. The referee is getting impatient, it seems, calling out Bear's opponent. Urs Noir ready to go. And here he comes. Lure Biancuaquila, Heavy, the masked man. This year finished third at the Brazzaville Departmental Championships. He was number 3 in the Battle Royal that determined who would go on to challenge for the Brazzaville Championship in the final. He actually ended up being eliminated, which led to the final of RTGA and Nina Shalour. But still, Lure Biancuaquila is very well appreciated by the fans here in Brazzaville, and it's definitely a pleasure to watch in the ring. We're just awaiting now the third participant in this opening triple threat match. And here he comes, here's Gigi. Gigi from the Black Hand. And this is the only match of the night that we'll see all 3 of these clubs go head-to-head in the ring. With Gigi representing the Black Hand, Urs Noir representing Desert Storm, and Lure Biancuaquila representing Dragon Rouge or Red Dragon. And Lure and Urs Noir ready to start this one off as Gigi kind of says, I'll stand and wait. Nice show of sportsmanship to start it off, but there's the kick and isolating the arm and then a punch to the back of the leg from Bear to get things started, and he's got Lure staggered. And the referee seeing if he wants to continue, and Urs Noir is not ready to wait, and this suplexes Gigi back into the ring. He was in no mood to wait, and there's a European uppercut that sends Gigi on his back, and there's a quick cover. 1. No, just 1. But Gigi springs right back to his feet, and he's ready to go. He said, no, not so fast. Not yet, Urs Noir. And all 3 men now ready. But Gigi's taking the offensive first. Another suplex here and a splash. And a leg drop. And Urs Noir wants to get away. He's in pain and he needs to take a second to recover. And he's taking a breather on the outside. Smart move by Bear to gain his footing. And now Gigi and Lure squaring up for the first time. A nice trip. And now a knee to the spine, and now he's got that, that stop. And Lure moving quick for the big guy, and with a nice judo throw into the leg drop combo. And now he's just pounding on Gigi, and tries to drop the elbow, but Gigi moves, and here's Urs Noir, and he'll kick Lure out of the ring. With Urs now, the Bear ready to square up with Gigi, who looks a little shaky, but he'll go in for a shoot the single, and he'll take it to that leg and drop an elbow. Bringing the Bear back to his feet, and he just smacks him in the ear. Oh, that's going to sting, and you can see Noir in a lot of pain. Oh, and he just drops a leg right on the back of the head. Gigi, another stiff shot to the chest. And Gigi's going to tie him up like a pretzel now. Oh, and just steps right on the back and in for the clothesline. Innovative offense from Gigi. And the crowd shows him their appreciation. But Laura's made his way back to the ring. Let's take a look, though. Look at that elbow from Gigi earlier on. Here Noir with a big slam. And then followed up with a drop kick to Lord Biancuaquila. The big guy goes down. And the referee's going to start a count here to see if they can respond. But Noir is going to break it. And a big slam on top of Heavy. Right on top of Lure. And he's going for the cover. Noir, that's two. Just two, says the referee. Just two. And Gigi's struggling to make his way back to his feet. He says not so fast, though, that he's going to take a minute to recuperate as Noir is going to work over Lord Biancuaquila in that corner. And, oh, man, just the way that he wrenched that knee down. My God. How will Lord be able to get up after that? I don't know. That looked devastating. Let's take a look back. Here's that slam, too, on that leg. They're working on the big man's legs, and you can see Lure's feeling it, kind of. And Gigi springboards through, rolls back through trip of Noir, and he's got him tied up in another stop. And Gigi is a wizard with some of those. Oh, and you can hear that echo throughout Nicole Oba. And we're saying, hey, let's go. Let's go. But Gigi with another that you can hear. And Orz is not having that one. He's returning the favor. And there's Gigi dropping. Orz with a drop. And there's a drop kick from Lure. This is getting almost too fast to call. These guys are just out of control. Trying to pick him up for the suplex, but instead Lure 1, 2, 3, but he put his foot up on the rope. He picked him up for that slam, dropped him, but he put his foot up on the rope as he was going for the pin, and I don't know if the referee saw it enough, but he called the match. He counted to the 3, and that looks like it's going to be it. Well, but hang on a second. There's a ringside official calling the referee over. I think he's saying, hey, he had his foot on the rope, and this one's going to restart. And there's a backstabber. Noir, the backstabber. That low kick. Go up, aiming for those legs again of Lord Biancuaquila. Another backstabber. And he's going for the cover. 1, 2. No! He breaks it up at the last possible second, just to 2. And this one will continue after that crazy stoppage. After it was determined Lure had his foot on the rope. Look at that! Look at that! Kind of a Death Valley Driver variation almost. Samoan drop, and he just kind of dropped him. And Lure trying to set something big up here. What is this? Going for the double suplex. He's got it. He's got it. 1, 2, 3. And there's no doubt about it this time. No doubt about it this time. Lord Biancuaquila has won the triple threat match. Here from a ringside announcer saying, great match there, great job. Lord Biancuaquila has won the triple threat for Dragon Rouge. And there's a little bit of still confusion in the ring from some of the guys. They don't know, hey, maybe we can get that one restarted again. But no such luck. Gigi showing his appreciation for the winner. And Lure is still feeling it, though, after a great performance. High-paced action in that triple threat match at times was hard to keep up with. Let's take a look back at that suplex. That double vertical suplex, and he covers both of them at the same time. Lure, and the crowd absolutely loves it. What a match from Lord Bianconkila. And let's just take a quick second to say a huge thank you to our sponsors that helped make this all happen. And we are ready to get back to action in the ring here. And here is the runner-up to the Brazzaville Championship this year, Nina Shalour. They're already in the ring waiting. We saw Batista. There's Batista. And Nina getting the crowd fired up. And they do love him. He is a big fan favorite here. Representing Dragon Rouge. And the crowd flexing along with the big guy, Nina Shalour. Wearing the Republic of Congo colors as he makes his way into the ring. And we are just about ready to get started now. Let's go down to the ring announcer. There's the referee being recognized. Batista from Desert Storm. Nina Shalour, Dragon Rouge, once again flexing, getting the crowd to flex along with him. You see those flexes in the background, and Batista going for the sneak attack. And a lot of quick offense, gets Nina down to the ground, follows it up with the drop, or the leg drop to the inner thigh, and Nina looks like he's in some pain to get this one started. And the referee's got to check in, and he is, and he's starting the count to see if Nina can even continue. But Batista taking his time, seeing, you know, he's got the upper hand here. Seeing how Nina will respond, but he breaks the count. That's maybe a mistake there by Batista. It definitely is now as you see the big drop kick from the big guy and follows it up with a clothesline. Oh, absolutely loving Nina Shalour here and Nicole Oba. And the referee's starting to count, but Nina wants to break it. I'm not sure Batista would have answered the 5 count. The big standing frog splash from Nina Shalour. Oh, and now just a big forearm to the chest and another pounding down like a billy club. And now another standing frog splash. But Nina not going to the cover, and instead he wants to show off to the fans. Hitting that, pumping up the band, reacting to the fans. You know, this could be a mistake. I know Nina seems to be in control at this point. As the referee's starting the count. Oh, but Batista can make it to his feet. Now the referee's got to probably start that count. Yeah, Nina on the outside, and he does. And here's Nina returning to the ring. And the test of strength, and Batista actually faring pretty well, and he steps through it, and another drop kick there. Takes down the big man. And Batista kind of rising from the depths here. Thought he was in trouble, and now Nina, he looks like he could be out. He's not responding right now to the referee's count. And keep in mind, in Congolese pro wrestling, a common tactic, oh jeez, look at that throw. Almost saw his elbow come out. Look, picks him up for the Samoan drop. And he's trying to secure the big man, but he can't. Now he's got behind the head. And, oh, the Death Valley driver right on top of the head. That's 1, 2. No, Nina Shalour kicks out. And as I was saying before, the knockout is a very common way for matches to end in the Congo. And that's why you saw, you know, the referee being so quick to go to the count in some of these bouts so far. Both men now trying to answer this count. Trying to make their way to their feet. Batista the first to move, but there's the hip up from the big man, Nina Shalor, showing off those muscles once again. And he's got Batista in some trouble cornered, but he's able to escape. Here we go. Oh! Isolates that on account of the big back kick. Wow, that long leg wrapped up around the top of Batista's head. Oh, and a European uppercut. And it looks like Nina is just taking control, pounding away, using his strength and size advantage with a big vertical suplex. Maybe even brainbuster-esque. And pounding again those big forearms on the chest. Nina trying to get Batista back up to his feet. He wants to finish him off. What is he looking for here? It's a power bomb, yeah! The high stack, step through on that bridge. That's 1, 2, and that is 3. The big win for Nina Shalor with it, a very impressive power bomb. Step through on that high stack, went across, rolled through for a bridge. Oh my! Great athleticism from the big man, who is being presented with his medals. Probably his runner-up medal from this year's Brazzaville Departmental Championship. But it looks like Nina is still in some pain from this one, grabbing at that arm as it's raised. And he's quick to get out of it. Nina not as happy coming in, or going out as he was coming in, because he's in some pain, but he did escape with the victory. And Batista left reeling, trying to figure out what exactly happened. Today's event has been brought to you by WrestleMap.com, the home of pro wrestling from all around the world, featuring pro wrestling news from the international pro wrestling scene that is rapidly expanding across the globe in places that are often left untalked about, like Africa, Asia, the Middle East, Europe, and beyond, featuring pro wrestling news that you won't find anywhere else, new every week. But that's not all. A visit to WrestleMap.com will also give you access to the World Pro Wrestling Map, where we are working to compile every active pro wrestling promotion in the world. It's a great resource for wrestling fans, wrestlers looking to travel, and promoters to get more eyes on their product. You can even find the Catch Club from tonight's event in Brazzaville on there. So be sure to give us a visit and bookmark WrestleMap.com. And we're ready to get underway with our third match of the night, with Bedezzo coming out representing Desert Storm. As you see, all in the camo, carrying his trademark sledgehammer. And he's able to use it tonight in this match, as it's going to be a no disqualification bout. The referee kind of filling him in, these are, I'm hands off on these things, but these things I'm going to enforce, that kind of deal. And we'll wait for Bedezzo's opponent. And here he is, Cat 150, the founder of the Black Hands, Le Main Noir, making his way out to the ring in that white polo and those sunglasses, the aviators. He's really looking great. Take a look at our fan cam here. So you see Cap 150 kind of having the same conversation that Bedezzo just had. I'm going to call this, I'm not going to call that, here are the rules, that kind of thing. You see him hand off his sunglasses to Gee, who's accompanied to ringside, and we'll see if that'll have an effect on this match, because we do know it's no disqualification. And we're just going to get ready here for the ring announcer to announce and introduce both of these competitors. And Bedezzo first. There's Cap 150. Look at that, he's so hyped up. He jumped all the way out of the ring to go hype up the crowd. Unfortunately, we don't have a great angle of that. He's returned back to the ring, and these two are ready to get things started. And they're going to tie up. Oh, takes advantage of that arm. He's got it in his possession. Jumps in front with a drop kick. And Bedezzo springs up, follows up with his own drop kick. And now the two are sizing each other up again. Cap 150 trying to suplex, and they're both going back and forth, and Badezzo uses his strength to take over Cap 150 and spike him. Cap making his way to his feet. And he'll approach Badezzo, and he wants a suplex of his own. He tries to get Badezzo up, and he can't, and now Badezzo does it again. There's number 2. And he plants him, kind of modifying what you normally see from a vertical suplex. He turns and he plants him. And now he's got the crowd fired up. Badezzo taking a walk as the ref starts a count on Cap 150, and then we'll start a count on Badezzo. If Cap is able to get back to his feet, it looks like Badezzo's going to break the count here. Both men able to make it to their feet. Badezzo has that sledgehammer. He's got that sledgehammer right to the face of Cap 150. Cap is in a bad way right now, and Badezzo, he's got him slung over the ropes, and he's bringing him to the outside. Badezzo really getting violent here, bringing that sledgehammer into account. And now back to choking his opponent with a Cap 150, struggling to stay on his feet as Badezzo cinches it in even tighter and tighter. Cap 150 might be out on his feet. Badezzo continuing to choke his opponent out as he returns into the ring and makes sure to bring that sledgehammer with him as well for future use. Both men returning to the ring now. Cap struggling. Badezzo approaches with that kick to the knee, and now he wants to go for the suplex, but he's stopped at another. We saw that earlier, slap to the ear. That really is effective in taking down your opponent. And Cap 150's got him up in the Samoan fireman's carry. Oh, he turns it around on a tombstone. A tombstone pile driver right on his head. Cap 150, that's the 2-0. And the referee said his foot was under the rope and you need to break that up. The referee getting physical there with Cap 150 to break the fall. And the fans are not happy. You can hear them letting the referee have it after breaking the pinfall up. They are not happy with this referee right now. If I were the referee, I would not want to be here. Look at this. The ref trying to tell the fans it was only these two who broke the fall, and we'll see him square up again. Back to our fan cam. Cap 150 goes to it again. Another tombstone. Drops right to the knee. 1, 2, no. Badezzo fighting, and the referee says the arm was up. That was a little awkward. He wasn't able to get his shoulders pinned to the mat immediately, and Badezzo had some time to struggle without. Cap 150's had enough. Oh, he slams the referee down on Badezzo. He wants to go for a cover, but the referee is out. There's no one there to count. There's no one there to count. But what do we see here? This is the second official that we saw at ringside that got involved earlier, and he's stepping into the ring now. He's stepping into the ring to take over officiating duties here. And he's trying to get both men into a fair starting position. The other referee looking on, he's been deposed of. Cap 150 now grabs that sledgehammer. He uses it on Badezzo, finishes up with a splash. That's 1, and that's 2, and that's no. Badezzo able to kick out. Kind of a slow count, and now another one of those. Oh my God, the tombstone to his knees. Sorry, it's more like a Michinoku driver to the knee, but he drops down on his knees right into his butt. A great looking move. And Badezzo now wants to pound on the back of Cap 150. And Cap 150 is worn out. He is staggering, but he's got enough to spear Badezzo to the mat. And here's the cover. The referee's just a one before Bedezo kicks out. And I think the ref was a little slow to respond to that cover there. Bedezo back to his feet, and Cap 150 not expecting that. And Bedezo taking control now. He's got Cap 150 tied up into a cutter. Spins it around to a cutter. Now he's got the cover. 1, 2, and that's 3 for Bedezo. Bedezo kind of hits it out of nowhere, as we like to say in the wrestling industry. And he gets the cover for the 1, 2, 3. Bedezo gets the win for Desert Storm. And as we get closer to our main event, let's take a closer look to the catch fetiche style that will be on display in our catch fetiche versus traditional style match. Catch fetiche is also known as voodoo wrestling or witch catch. It's a pro wrestling style developed in the Congo. Wrestlers use cultural practices of fetishism and voodoo to harm and defeat their opponents, and they draw power from items they bring to the ring. It was made popular by famous Congolese wrestler Idengwe. And it looks like we're ready to go with our main event. This means only one thing: the champion of Brazzaville is getting prepared to come out. RTGA, as you see the fans absolutely going wild in anticipation of the champion's arrival. Just any second now there we see the champion on the screen. And here he is, accompanied by the band and holding that title belt high. RTGA, Lion Power, the Lion himself. And we're going to see a great ring general in action here in a very different style match than we usually see RTGA wrestle. He does not often take on catch fetiche wrestlers. There you see Lucifer already waiting in the ring, and there's Lucifer's objects that he brought, which he seemingly draws his magical powers from. Looking down at them, preparing perhaps to bring them into action, and we'll have both of our competitors introduced to the fans here. There's Lucifer, the catch fetiche voodoo wrestling specialist, and we'll see some of that in this coming match. And his opponent, the champion of Brazzaville since 2018, RTGA. I'm really excited for this one. I don't know how RTGA will be able to stand in the ring against a man practicing witchcraft. I've really never seen him do that. He'll usually face off against traditional wrestlers, but now we see Lucifer beginning to perform one of these rituals. You think that he's going to use this maybe to draw some of his power, that he can use some of this dark magic against his opponent. We saw it at the open of the show. And what does he have in here? Have in store here? Get a closer look at his setup. Saying that maybe an ancient spell or something, and the box is beginning to smoke, and I see some fire. Maybe a spell, maybe some kind of trance. I don't know how he's doing that, but this is what RTGA has in store for the rest of today. A man that can literally just make fire appear. He's beginning to dump it out as one of his assistants comes by. He's traveled with Dragon Rouge, I believe, maybe. He's saying something, maybe putting a spell, a curse on RTGA. We'll see if this will have any effect to start the match. And now, before we get started, Lucifer running around, trying to get some support from the crowd as RTGA just paces inside the ring, waiting for his opponent. And it looks like Lucifer is finally going to enter the ring. And RTGA pacing, ready. So the referee says, let's go, and here we go. And again, Lucifer calling out to the fans. And he's got them behind him. They're ready to see this big main event. And so are we. Oh, and we're back to the ring, and it looks like whatever Lucifer did with that that spell or curse that he used outside the ring is working as he's taking RTGA. But RTGA springboards through it now, hits the deck. Lucifer with the cover, 1, 2, not like this, no! 2, and he kicks up the champion back to his feet after facing the magic from Lucifer. He looked to be in trouble, but now the champion shaking it off. Walking the ring, trying to get his footing. Trying to shake the cobwebs out. Get that evil spirit out of his body so he can wrestle against Lucifer. And Lucifer now, with a quick roll-up, that's 1, no 2, that's 2. And the champion kicks out. And RTGA with a reversal. And he's going to send Lucifer to the other side of the ring and pick him up with a spine buster. Spine on the line for the champion. RTGA, this place is going wild. The champ is feeling it now. And Lucifer is trying to escape. He is in a bad way. He is in pain. Lucifer. And I believe I hear the referee starting to count from the ring. Lucifer could be in trouble. That spine buster literally, absolutely destroyed Lucifer's back, and he is just in agony. And RTGA is not waiting anymore. He's come over and he's grabbed Lucifer. And he's, drops a high knee. Brings a high knee right to Lucifer's neck. The champion is feeling confident. He's broken through the spell early on. We'll see if Lucifer can even respond at this point, if he has any more help, anything else in his bag of tricks. As RTGA bringing Lucifer back to the ring the hard way, slams that spine into the apron. And Lucifer is on his back, right outside of the ring, in even more pain. I believe the referee is starting that count. He's gotten up to 2. Lucifer stirring now, moving just a little, but still very unresponsive. RTGA standing tall in the ring right now as the referee continues to count. Take another look here at fan cam. As RTGA paces, seeing if this is it. Will this do the job? Will this put an end to Lucifer? Will the champion win by countout? And the referee continuing his count. RTGA now celebrating, but Lucifer's to his feet. And Lucifer has something else in mind. He's grabbed some type of fabric that he has, that he's brought with him. Maybe another way that he can issue his spells and put a curse on RTGA. And he's got a book, I believe. Maybe a book of spells. I don't know exactly what he has there, but some type of book that is open. He's flipping through and he's got it looks like a bottle of wine. And Lucifer may have something else in store that he's going to try on the champion of Brazzaville here. Something, he's going into action. It looks like he's beginning to recite something. And he's got RTGA in some type of trance. RTGA unable to control his own body now as Lucifer taking the champion down, but RTGA fighting back, grabbing hold of Lucifer, trying to shake those instruments free from Lucifer's hand, taking control now. RTGA drop kick from the champion. Lucifer's down. RTGA is broken free from this trance again, and Lucifer is retreating. Lucifer retreating to the back. RTGA celebrating in the ring. And the referee beginning his count as we see the crowd going absolutely wild as we wait to see, will Lucifer re-emerge? Will RTGA win by countout? Has the champion of Brazzaville shown that he's stronger than the voodoo that Lucifer practices? And Lucifer has made his way back to the ring. What now? Trying a new spell here, a new curse, and it looks like RTGA is walking as if he's in a trance again. Now down to a knee, down to his back. Lucifer may have finally cracked through, but he's not going for the cover. RTGA looks to be completely out, and now Lucifer down for the one. There's the two, and no, just the two, and you wonder, did the delay and the cover cost Lucifer the match? RTGA coming to left, now he kicks up. He's ready, the champion's back to his feet, and you see him flex those pecs. The champion feeling stronger than ever, calling to the crowd for support. RTGA is feeling it now. He's broken through 3 times from Lucifer's curses, but another. He still has more. And he stops RTGA in his tracks. RTGA is out on his feet. RTGA trying to fight through it, but Lucifer has control of his body with the headbutt, and it sends RTGA to the mat. Lucifer said that's it. Now he's heading to the outside of the ring to grab something more. He has some kind of shaker. He says it's over. The cloak and the shaker. I've seen some interesting things with catch fetish wrestlers do things like turn their opponent into a goat. I don't know what Lucifer has in store here, but that might be what it takes. I almost don't want to see. The champion is broken through so many times. He lays that cloak on the champion's chest with the shaker in hand. 1, 2. No! The champion breaks through again. RTGA springs into attack, and he's got a jackhammer. Oh, he sends Lucifer down with a jackhammer. Now picks him up to a swinging backbreaker, from RTGA. Lucifer is on his back. The champion is feeling it. He looks unstoppable right now, and he turns over Lucifer. Could this be it? Could he be setting him up for that finisher that we've seen? He stops first. He's setting him up, I believe, for the Cri de Leon. The Lion's Cry. Could this be it? And he's trying to hook him into that. No, first is pounding, weakening that chest and that whole front of Lucifer's body, and a splash. He holds off for now on the Cri de Leon, and instead goes for a cover with Lucifer's own cloak. 2. No, but Lucifer can power through. And I thought RTGA may have been going for that full Nelson clutch, that Cri de Leon, the Lion's Cry, because we've seen him beat on his opponent's chest at times when he'll build up to that, but it was not the case here, and RTGA is beat. He's fought through so much mystical attacks, physical attacks, and another look back at that jackhammer from RTGA. And then this swinging backbreaker, almost from a Uranagi into a backbreaker position. And again, Lucifer able to recover and leave again. Taking another walk, this time now staying in the arena. Or maybe on second thought, no, he will stay. He'll stay. Making his way back to the ring, kind of in shock, trying to call on the fans. And both wrestlers now out of the ring. Lucifer kind of been chased with one of the staff members from the Federation. And you see some more of the officials running to the officials' aid. Lucifer has just lost it, throwing a punch. He's frustrated. Nothing has worked. He's tried his voodoo. He's tried, pro wrestling. Nothing has worked against the champion of Brazzaville, RTGA. Every time has been able to stand his ground and break through and kick out of any attack that Lucifer has had. The RTGA has made his way back to the ring, and now Lucifer has as well. And the referee stopped his count. And these two now squaring off again, one more try. And it looks like he has RTGA frozen in his tracks once more. And trying to knock him down. That force that he uses, that mystical force, but RTGA fighting against it. But not any longer, down to his knees. Oh, but RTGA with a low blow, 2 in a row, 2, 3 in a row. 3 uppercuts to the groin from the champion of Brazzaville, absolutely dropping Lucifer. Lucifer had the thing in the bag maybe, but now the champion RTGA, now it looks like he's setting up maybe for that Cri de Leon. The Lion's cry, stretching out that back and stomping on him. Could this be it? Look for that full Nelson to get cinched, and there it is, the full Nelson clutch, the Cri de Leon, the Lion's cry, and Lucifer has given up. That's it. That is it. The champion RTGA has won, and Desert Storm stands tall. What a match. I've never had the privilege of calling a catch fetiche match in the ring before. I don't think many people have outside of the Congo, and that was just incredible. And now what's this here? Is this coming to the ring? I believe that's Michael Chopin. RTGA had a great match with him in the past, and the two are squaring up. Michael Chopin with a push. Looking at the champion RTGA. And Chopin attacking, but it's not having any effect on the champ. He's just kind of brushing it off. And Michael Chopin circling, thinking what is going on here? I'd love to see these two square off again, but it looks like, oh, with the Insiguri, but it doesn't even budge the champion. The champion has just become so powerful, it seems like, from this win over Lucifer, and Chopin trying everything he can, trying to trip the champion. Nothing budging RTGA. And now he's got a hole with Chopin. He's got him up by the legs. What is this? What is this? Oh, almost a dead eye that we've seen from Hangman Page. Not quite modified almost, and he throws him to his back, and the champion has injured Michael Chopin. And Michael leaving the ring with the help of some nearby officials. That did not go Michael's way. But the champion RTGA looks stronger than ever. Maybe even unbeatable as we saw him break through the power and mystique of catch fetiche. Standing tall in the ring. The lion power. Lion power has prevailed. And look as the fans celebrate with the champion as he makes his way to the crowd and back out of the arena, being accompanied by that brass band that we've had the pleasure to listen to all night during the matches, adding that extra flair that makes this type of wrestling so unique. RTGA giving a last salute to the fans that have all joined us here in the Nicole Oba Gymnasium for an amazing night of pro wrestling. But some of the fans, it looks like, are a little unhappy with RTGA. Maybe those are the catch fetiche fans on hand that didn't think the champion could have what it takes, but he did. Victory lap from RTGA continues as now it looks like he's going to pay a visit to the Federation presidents that are on hand here, the senior officials that have come out to watch the bout. There you see Bougie Rouge is the second one to receive the champion's greeting. We saw him open the show tonight. Champion greeting all the officials. What a great night for RTGA, what a great night for Brazzaville Pro Wrestling, what a great night for WrestleMap. Look back at this finish here, the Cri de Leon. getting him stretched out and stomping and working that sternum and that upper back, and then right there as he cinches in and sits back in that full Nelson. And you hear Lucifer cry out in agony as the referee puts an end to the match. One more visit from the band, and we're going to kick it down to RTGA and an interviewer, as RTGA has some comments to make after his big main event. So we'll check in with Crystal from Africa Uni TV.
Partout dans le monde sur Africa Uni Télévision. Vous voyez que Brazzaville, minute ça qu'on ingana champion TGA, yendi mtazo tombo la pena makambu poussière et mati pena likolo. Batu tout pas confirmé. Les loto ya qui déjà awa na kati ya
Nicoloba
gymnase Nicoloba, merci beaucoup maître. Donc na kati tala ngai awa pona ko assister na combat o ya makasi e bana proposer club TEMPêTE du désert où comment na maître RTGA na ba club beleza qui awa. Donc yango to na maître awa maître bonjour.
Ouais, bonjour Christelle.
Voilà, tout moni pena spectacle na kati ya likolo a ring. Ben impression les années par rapport au combat.
La première de choses, merci Seigneur Jésus-Christ parce que évidemment l'équipe bien.
Merci Seigneur Jésus-Christ.
T'as bien. Jésus. Parce que côté pendant 10-20 minutes, on a blagué. Il m'a tapé ça souffle de vie. Et puis côté pendant un sorcier comme l'hiver, c'est pas facile.
Yo tenir parce que tu dis que catch qui n'a moi qui sinango, mais yo tenir n'engeni parce que tout le monde a une incantation, on a un mot une incantation. C'est que vous avez un numéro, non, vous avez un
oui, non, non, qui c'est champion de pour être de pouvoir, qui c'est qui c'est Jésus-Christ.
Qui c'est Jésus-Christ. C'est que les lots longs.
Vraiment, c'est ça les lots longs, et puis évidemment l'équipe bien.
Voilà.
Donc ça fait des années catch et Boudamassou n'a pas ça la beauté. Donc ils ont pour premier événement au TEMPêTE du désert, ça les prend pour ça le coup, pour valoriser catch.
Voilà.
Na ville à Brazzaville, particulièrement la Congo Mobimba. Tu vois, tant que l'image le temps Mobimba, la Brazzaville tout ça marche grâce à TEMPêTE du désert. Et na bosse n'a pas si ami depuis les États-Unis d'Amérique. Brayan, Joseph, mon ami, l'héros de l'homme.
Voilà.
Puis là tout balinga biso coach Charles, c'est un peu ça, tu vois.
Voilà. TEMPêTE du désert est organisé événement Oyo. Mais qu'est-ce qu'on peut encore s'attendre à TEMPêTE du désert? Est-ce que ça l'événement Moussou ou bien Ezaka Oyo Kaka pour Telakaka?
En fait, ma soeur, vous n'avez pas mon ami. Voilà. Tu sais, tu vas dans 0, après tu vas dans 1, après tu vas dans 2. Donc c'est que deuxième événement, donc tu sais, on a un sponsor. Et tu as déjà salé locaux dans ma casse, il y a Yemoko. Voilà. Parce que tout l'accès bateau balinga locaux qui est aux Ali. Mais à ce que TEMPêTE du désert, tu as besoin de bien. On a moi soutien pour tout ça sur le locaux malade pour le cas.
Voilà. Merci maître RTGA et moi moi télésus na bateau la ndenge ça la.
Ouais, na pesi
victoire les lots de bien on a nani.
Victoire Léon a dédié na femme na Mobimba, ba nanga tout ba nièce nanga ba neve nanga. Ba sœur nanga ba tema trop belé bango tout ba yebi partout bazalaka et na pesa on a grand coach Charles depuis Belgique la présence encore une fois mon ami depuis États-Unis Brayan Joseph l'héros de l'homme il y a RTGA du pouvoir mbote belé na ba président en clé président à ma vie président Bakubeka et président Fegoluza président Mopao et puis 5 Miller et tout le comité et tous les catcheurs va participer tout vraiment on est ensemble. Voilà. C'est ça. Sans oublier TEMPêTE du désert. Les meilleurs du Congo. Mais
est-ce que préparation est qui parce que tout le monde même mettre ours noir, il y a TEMPêTE du désert déjà va éliminer Nananika Malamoka Boye. C'était comment la préparation?
En fait, na commandé Balobaka sous-estimer jamais adversaire. Voilà. Les autres préparés, il faut qu'on les préparer. Donc tout est joué sur les rings. Voilà. Que les meilleurs gagnent. Un coup de chapeau et coach Nanga Nebi qui est homme fort. La prochaine fois, Nebi a considéré attraper.
Voilà. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out WrestleMap.com for more coverage of the Congolese wrestling scene and pro wrestling from all around the world. Signing off, I'm Brian Anderson. Have a great night.